wife didn't die for nothing. She spread so much awareness to so many people, and she was such a good mom, and she was such a good partner, and she taught me so much about life. Good morning. Happy birthday, Jen. Today she would have been 38. I just miss everything about her, but I just miss her presence. I just miss her next to me. I just miss her around, and her smile and her laugh, and she was just such an amazing person. It's just so hard even now to imagine that she's just not here. I just miss we would always say to people that, we'd go to a family gathering or we'd go to something together. And people say, you've been married for 8 or 9 years, get off each other, why are you always around, you're always around each other. We always wanted to do activities together. We never wanted to be apart. And some people were just like, how? Don't you need your space? And we were like, no. She was my best friend. I just miss having that person to come home to and to just talk about your day, and we just hold each other, and if I had a bad day or if she had a bad day or whatever, but I just miss that.
I'm just going through some old videos.
And I just miss seeing her parent. She was such a good mom. And I know I'll never live up to what she was, but I try to do my best. She was just so patient and so kind and so loving to her kids. And I just miss hearing her voice in the house. I guess I just miss everything about her, but I just miss her presence. I just miss her next to me. I just miss her around, and her smile and her laugh. And she was just such an amazing person. It's just so hard even now to imagine that she's just not here. Those first days are kind of a blur, to be honest, but there's no way I could have done it alone. I had at any point, maybe for sure, her sister, who's been my saving grace through all this, and then her best friend, and her best friend's husband. Their family was here. Her sister and her family. Her parents stopped by. My mom was here. And then some of her closest friends, some of my closest friends, and they were just constantly people were doing my laundry. People were just cooking and cleaning and organizing and going through stuff, and just couldn't have done it without them. Just accept help if you have it, and if you don't have help, look for help. Grieve at your own pace. Don't let anyone tell you how to grieve, what grieving looks like, what successful grief looks like, because there's no right answer. Some days you feel stuck. Some days you feel like you're moving on too quickly. Some days you feel too happy, too sad. And I have a lot of opinions. People, my wife had a big following, and so I get a lot of opinions from people. And some people, it's like one or the other. Some people are like, move on, dude. This is too much. And then the other side, I've got people, he'll never move on and he's going to cry forever. And that's great. And it's just okay. But what I've learned through Grief Share and through counseling and through individual therapy is do it at your own pace.
And I understand that grief is not linear, that there's not steps, there's not stages. I'm gonna go up and down, I understand that. But I had a steady climb, it felt like. And I don't know if it's my birthday or Elsa's birthday, but it just hit pretty low this morning.
Just now, at about 18 months in, I finally feel I'm not surviving anymore, is the term that I use. When she first passed in that first year, I'm just surviving. I'm just getting by. I'm barely doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm. It just feels like you're always spinning, and you're always upset, and you always feel like you're going to be in this dark hole. And then now I kind of feel like, no, I'm not always going to be in this dark hole. I'm going to do exactly what my wife told me to do, and that's keep her legacy going, keep talking about cancer awareness, grief awareness, and like be there for those kids. It's so important to be there for them and to be that positive figure in their life. And if I was just on the couch every day crying and upset and just not giving them attention, like what would that be for them? What kind of life is that for them? So I would say to anybody is like, give yourself grace. Don't listen to anybody else. As long as you're doing something healthy to grieve, there's unhealthy ways to grieve too, but as long as you're doing something healthy to grieve, then you do it at your own pace. And for me, that was diving into faith. That was diving into like exercise, like trying to go to the gym, just trying to do positive things, individual counseling, group therapy, um, pouring myself into my work, and trying to be a positive light there. And then just trying to be positive and not fake positivity. My wife and I would say toxic positivity, like, oh, I'm great, everything's good. Like, obviously, no, I hate the situation that I'm in and my kids are in. I hate it. I get mad at it every single day. But also, it's okay to be positive and say, even though this happened, we can still make a good life out of this. And I'm so blessed and lucky to have met my wife and have such an amazing person influence me for the rest of my life and meet the love of my life. Um, so find the good in the loss if you can, because it exists. It's there. My wife didn't die for nothing. She spread so much awareness to so many people, and she was such a good mom, and she was such a good partner, and she taught me so much about life. And I could have not had all that. My kids could have not had that. So be appreciative of, and it's hard. People told me right after she passed, be appreciative of the time you got. And it's like, who are you to tell me that? I was so upset. But now in retrospect, it's like I am so appreciative of the time we got together in the almost 10 years of marriage. And um, it's just be patient with yourself is number one, and take care of yourself. It gets really hard. A thank you letter to my wife. It's March 10th, 2025. Dear Honeybee, the amount of love that I have for you continues to grow each and every day. There were days where I was like, I don't care if I eat, I don't care if I work out, I don't care if I do anything. I really don't care. Um, it's not that way anymore. I want to care about myself, take care of myself, because I know that's doing her justice. Me sitting and being a potato, that's not doing her justice. So take care of yourself and be patient. One of the first times we went somewhere after Jenny had passed, and I forget who had to go to the restroom. Me? Probably me. And we're in a public place, and I'm like, oh, I can't like go to the restroom. I have to like bring the kids in. Um, like we're together attached at the hip always. And when you have a spouse, they're there to comfort you and to be there and to, we looked at each other for everything in parenting. We always wanted each other's opinion on parenting. And my biggest struggle right away was I can't ask my wife if this is okay. I can't look at her with the side eye and be like, "Ooh, the kids are on one today." I can't laugh with her about what the kids said. I can't revel in the accomplishments that they have at school. And it became a real dark place. Like parenting alone is not easy. Like parenting together is hard, but we enjoyed it so much. Parenting alone is a million times harder. And I grew up with a single mom. My mom was a single mom, and I look back now and I'm so appreciative of the things she did for me. But we are together always. And as fortunate as I am, then you forget about yourself as a person and as a parent. And you got to remember, like in grief, to take care of yourself and to do things for yourself. And so I rely on a lot of people. I rely on my sister-in-law. She helps me take care of them. My sister-in-law comes over every morning before school and does my daughter's hair. That's something that I didn't know how to do. It's just something as simple as a hairstyle for my sweet daughter. And learning, like we've just went on our last summer, we went on a couple big trips together. We went to Hawaii together as a family of three, and traveling as a family of three, and it's so different, but it's beautiful because I know Jenny's with us. I know Jenny's proud of us, and I know she is thinking like, this is exactly what I knew you were going to do: is take care of them, be there for them, love them, give them a good life, even though they lost their mom. Um, so I would say definitely ask for help. People are usually too afraid to offer it. They don't know what to offer. Just ask. Say, hey, I can you take my kids for an hour? I need to go to the DMV. Like, you just have to like ask. I'm learning that I'm never going to be Jenny. She's impossible to reach. She's so good, so kind, so perfect, so loving. I'll never be that. But what's my best? And so that's what I'm trying to do. And now I talk to her and I say, hey, the kids, they did this. What should I do? And I sometimes I hear her, sometimes I don't. And sometimes I hear her just kind of say, you got this, man. You take care of it. You can do it. And there have been big milestones this year with both of my kids, and having to address different things at school, and just have faith in who you are as a parent, even though you lost your your partner. You can do it. Um, and ask for help. And don't be too prideful to take the help. I used to be, and now I'm like, I'll take it all. Thank you so much. I need it. And I wouldn't be here without all the support from everybody in my family. So, and look, try to find the beauty in this new life that we have. It is certainly different. It is certainly harder. It is certainly filled with sadness, but it also has a lot of happiness and a lot of beautiful moments. And anytime we do something special, or there's an accomplishment or an award, we always talk about mom and what mommy would say or think or do. Or so she's in every activity and everything that we do and every new adventure that we explore. So we just keep her alive, and not let her legacy be forgotten. It's very much easier said than done. It's a two-parter. Number one is just love that person who's going through it. Just show them love. I know you're scared. I know you're terrified. But think of how much they feel. And even on my darkest of days, I could just think of my wife and how much she wanted to be here and how long she wanted to stay for her kids and how she didn't want to be sick. And I just, and she'd fight so hard. So just show them love and patience. Be present for them, as much as you can. And then the flip side is, and obviously it's so much easier said than done. I'd get so annoyed when people would say it, but take care of yourself. Um, when you're a caregiver, you pour your whole heart into that person. I had Jenny's medications memorized, and I had her schedule memorized, and I took care of all her appointments and drove her everywhere. And I knew exactly when she was going to get radiation at what time, and when she was going to be sick and for how long. And but also, you can only be your best version of yourself if you take care of yourself. And when you're in the thick of it, you don't have a lot of time to do that. Like, I had maybe minutes some days to sit down and say, okay, I need to do this for myself. But you have to, because you can't be there for them if you're not there for yourself. So just show them love, be there for them every step of the way, and then take care of yourself. And that's the way you can be the best caregiver you can be, and just be a comfort for them. That's all my wife wanted. She'd tell me all the time, even if we get the news that I'm dying tomorrow, will you just give me like comforting? Like, it's okay. Just give me that, even if it's not okay. It's all she wanted. And so every appointment, I tell her, we got this. We're going to do it, even though I was crying inside. So just be there for them. Number one is how selfless of a human she was. Um, Always putting others first. Almost after every appointment, she'd look at me and say, how are you doing? And I'd be like, you just went through chemo for 2-3 hours. What do you mean me? I'm worried about you. She said, no, how are you doing? Um, and her writing the letters that I still read to her kids on birthdays and on Christmases and things like that. She sat down and had to write all those. She wrote out wedding cards for my kids. She wrote out, um, when they have kids, she wrote out cards for them. Like, it's incredible. And um, that's the definition of Jen, always putting everyone else first, even though she was the one battling this. Her kindness, um, and then also, like, not to forget her strength and tenacity. Like, she went through hell and back. Some of the pictures on there, like some of the really bad reactions that she had, and some of her hospital stays, she never gave up. She always wanted to get home to her babies and to just hold them. Um, she was so strong, and to know that she never lost faith in her oncology team, she never lost faith in God. She never lost faith in anything, no matter how bleak and how dark that it was looking. She wanted to remind me that she was going to be okay, no matter what it was. Um, and she was so appreciative of her oncology team. She wanted me to let everyone know that she truly loved them. Um, and she knew she wouldn't have gone as far as she did without them. And they said it until the end days when she was told that she's going to die, how amazingly kind she was as a patient. And she said, we don't get that all the time. And she was so kind to everyone that she came in contact with. And I think that's why people online fell in love with her. She just had a way of making you feel comfy always. She was just a sweetheart. And I'm glad the world got to see it, because I got to see it every day, but I'm glad the world got to see it. My wife wanted to remind everybody is just enjoy every single day. Good or bad news, enjoy what's in front of you. Try not to look to the future, just enjoy what's right in front of you. And, she was a big advocate for more research needs to be done for lung cancer, especially for people who did not smoke, for young women in lung cancer, and just spread awareness. And don't be afraid to share your story, because someone else is going through what you're going through. And that's why she started filming. And she met so many people because of that, and has reached countless people around the world because of that. So just keep fighting. Anyone going through this journey, you're an amazing warrior, and I'm just in awe of anyone going through this.